In the United States, every child is entitled to a free and appropriate public education under a federal law called the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA for short. This means that school districts are obligated to provide whatever services and programs the student with a disability needs, regardless of cost or staff resources. Entitlement to services can begin at birth or whenever a disability is identified. From birth to age 3, states must provide early intervention services for infants and toddlers who have or who are at risk for developmental delays or disabilities. In Massachusetts, for example, a child is eligible if he or she is not meeting age-appropriate milestones, has developmental concerns due to an identified disability, or has a medical or social history that puts him or her at risk for developmental delay. These early intervention services can include anything from various therapies to assistive technology and medical services. Anyone can refer a child to these programs: parents, doctors, caregivers, teachers, or even friends, but most are referred by their pediatrician or other specialists. Once a child turns 3, the school district is responsible for identifying and providing necessary services to enable the child to make progress. Federal and state law mandates a free, appropriate public education, or FAPE, for students with disabilities that negatively affect their learning. School districts are responsible for identifying and evaluating students with potential disabilities, classifying children as eligible for special education and related services, and developing an annual individual education program, or an IEP. The IEP outlines the student's strengths and weaknesses, the student's current performance levels, or what can they do right now, measurable and achievable goals to make progress, accommodations for accessing the curriculum, services to be provided, and where those services shall be delivered. These services can include specialized instruction in academic areas, therapies such as speech and language, occupational and physical, social skills training, and counseling services, among others. Once the IEP team determines what services and placement the child needs, the school district is responsible for all costs associated with them. Students can, if they require them, receive services until they turn 22 years old. Post-secondary school services often include training in independent living skills, community involvement, and vocational skills training. These services are sometimes delivered in the student's town as part of their district's programming or in a special education program. As a parent, you should document and keep written copies of everything. If your child needs adult services after graduation, having this record will be helpful in eligibility determinations. For support and community, you can connect with your local Special Education Parent Advisory Council, or CPAC. Every school district in Massachusetts is required to have one. These offer a valuable network for parents and caregivers of special education students. You can also contact the Federation for Children with Special Needs, who can answer general questions and provide you with a whole host of resources.